We'll have to see if it does get picked up onto the Spider Queen as we head into game number 2.
And when we're talking about heroes that could be picked up, let's not forget about Tracer again, which was played by DAB in that series too. Now we've seen Tracer already targeted by Granit Gaming in the 3rd ban on the last map. Likely that's going to happen again, so if leftovers really want to play with the Tracer and it doesn't get banned out in the first 2 rotations, then they have to make sure that they're picking her early on.
There's a Maiev. Leftovers will actually be the one to ban out Diablo themselves.
They have 2nd pick, so
Yeah.
I think from that position they just say, okay, Diablo's 1st pick material, and of course we would like to have it. But if they want Diablo, then they have to give Granit Gaming something else they prioritize even higher. And that would be a little bit tricky. I mean, you can leave 2 heroes open and play around that. Is Fisto even banned out now on the map?
Yes, he is actually available this weekend. Forgot to update you on that one earlier. My bad. But Mephisto is playable this weekend. Yeah, curious to see that he actually gets banned out here for Granit Gaming. You can see it working out. Due to his playstyle, it's kind of weird. Mephisto's one of these heroes that I picked up, and it took a little bit for it to click, but it's very like Zeratul Wormhole type of style a little bit, with like lining up Ring of Frost in a way. I could see it doing well into my Spider Queen because you have so many anchor points to go back and be safe with your shade. So I can see the ban coming in from there, and there's Toronto ban too.
The thing with Mephisto is also that teams and players in general are starting to get really good at always identifying where he actually is and then following up on that instead of getting panicky with the shade. I mean, at the beginning when the hero came in, you can understand why that was a problem. Right now, people are getting adjusted very, very quickly to it. Urel and Deckard Cain, strong rotation in the first 1-2 here. 4 leftovers. Urel for the solo lane again. Deckard Cain together with that. I mean, all you need is Diablo with that mix. You're of course banned out, but there's still a plethora of tanks that we can still see. Garrosh, Johanna.
Yeah.
There's like so much that can be taken on the leftover side still to make sure that that front line is incredibly scary.
I mean, I know I already talked about it, but I used to run Zul against Genji, believe it or not, back in the day. Easy point and click. He's able to dash away, but immediately stops him on the fight. I'm kind of on this train a little bit, man. I don't know if you've caught on to that yet.
No, tell me about it.
I think it'd be cool. Just pull out the Zul here, you get the wave clear. Johanna basically does the same thing, but this time at least you have bony skin, you know, that's super tan, falling off your body, and that's a cool attribute to have. So we can have Zul go that route and just stop Genji. You know?
Okay.
And Johanna's banned out now. Perfect.
Has to be Zul.
Give it.
Hey, I'm happy to see a Zul here, even if we get
You have
the double
to put
support
your
again.
hands up. Let the god smile upon us and give us Zul.
What are you doing?
Gotta put your hands up.
That's like creepy.
No, it's not. There's Gul'dan. And
What are you doing with your hands?
Hanzo. That's like the, you know, praise me, you know? That's the sign. You put it up. You could do this, or you could do this. Either way. Just try it. It feels enlightening.
Praise a deity that I don't believe in?
You don't have to believe. You just get in the moment. Just quit being so difficult. You're so difficult. Any other caster would be like, yeah, sure. I'll put my hands up. I'll make Trick happy for 2 seconds. And you come in with a why. You don't need a why. Sometimes it's just a do. Leo and Malfurion comes in.
There's still a Zul possibility.
If you put your hands up, do it.
No!
Maybe I'll be enough. If it doesn't come through, though, it's your fault and we all blame you. Blame Caldor 2018.
That's not how that works.
That's how it's working. We'll call it out. All right. Caldor's fault. We get a new brick.
I wanted to have a Nubarak anyways. That is just creepy what you're doing. That's just weird.
All right, man.
What is picked?
I'm sad.
You're throwing me off my game, dude.
Throwing you off your game? What?
It's like ugh.
Your game is deny. You do exactly what you're not supposed to do in improv. You say, no, every single time. When you're supposed to be like, yeah, sure, let's see where this goes. You gotta help me in improv. No. Okay, well, I guess the ball's thrown back in my court. Anywho, jokes aside, Nubrak comes in. He'll be missing a little bit of wave clear.
I think I won, right?
Yeah, you won. You can have this one. Whatever. We get a web, though.
Yeah. That's way better than an old guy with a scythe.
Yeah? I mean,
We get a beetle.
we got an old guy with a hammer.
We got an old guy
Well, it's a
with a hammer.
mace for Leoric. As Leoric comes in.
Oh,
brings
other
wave clear
side
for Granit
now.
Gaming. Yeah, yeah. I'm jumping around on you.
Yeah. It's confusing.
What do you think in draft? Who pulls us away? They both
I'm a
have really
fan of
good wave
leftovers. I really like, again, I really like the Korean style that we're having on the side of leftovers with the Nuburak and Urel. And we've been talking this about a few weeks now, but very few of the players and teams actually went into that particular one.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy that as a combo for Engage. So I am totally on board for the leftovers here. I mean, Linkton, they got Kane, Blickidney in this game, currently on Hanzo. We have Pode Boss on that side lane with Urel, Mopsio on Anubarak, and DAB on Gul'dan.
On the right side, in the red, Wolfjaw on Malfurion, Raid Boss to play Junkrat, Memecraft on Genji, Nande on Garrosh and Ulf to play Leo.
All right, let's see how that's going to work out for Granit. I mean, there's a lot of things that are also great with the lineup that we're having for Granit Gaming. The wave clear that we have on their end is actually pretty decent, truly Oregon Junkrat. But I really like that engage potential from leftovers. Having the Anubarak together with Urel is a lot of fun when they're both really coordinating their attacks nicely. And then you have Deckard Kane to follow up on that too. Especially, I'm really a fan of DAB's Gul'dan. I really feel he's incredibly strong on the hero. And if when he has such a great front line, or heroes that can definitely help him out and peel for him quite nicely, then I think DAB can really carry a game through Gul'dan.
I think a lot of the players on leftovers, it's kind of a testament to why they're becoming such a strong team, is they've all gotten these favorite heroes that are great, but they're all starting to get into these secondaries and these third almost in some of the cases where they're really starting to stand out. For DAB, that for me is Tracer, Phoenix, and then Gul'dan now starting to pop in there. For Blickidney, it's his Junkrat and Greymane are starting to look great. Body Boss has been doing great on his Blaze and his Urel, speaking of, as a 4-man gate comes to the bottom lane. Leftovers in their hero pool is just getting more depth, and it allows for them to continue to flex around.
That was a clutch jump though. He landed on the wall and then decided which side of the wall he wanted to come down on. That was very close. For a second it looked like he would jump in front of it instead of behind it. But yeah, so he's able to escape down here. But I absolutely have to agree with what you just said. I feel DAB in particular, his Tracer, his Phoenix, now his Gul'dan, his Li Ming even. There's so many heroes where he in the past has addressed specifically that he wanted to expand the hero pool and become more flexible, and I think that's something he definitely has accomplished. So it's very impressive. Mopsio here needs to be a bit careful. Nuburak barely able to move out. Nanda was already aiming for that toss and looking to see if he can maybe take the beat again.
That's going to be a statement that you're going to hear every single time we're talking about Mopsio and Anubarak. Anubarak is just one of those heroes that is going to always be cutting it close, whether it be getting that full engage that you want. He's going to have a hard time on that front line. Luckily for them, there's no Hanzo here. There's no major poke. There's going to be that Junkrat, who isn't the biggest amount of burst, but still, Anubarak with that low health pool requires the utmost coordination between teammates. So you'll be seeing him burrow charge away a lot, especially around that Garrosh.
I mean, for Granit Gaming, a lot of what they are going to try and do is just get someone out of position, and that's where Junkrat comes into play, that's where Garrosh comes into play. It's all about the displacement that they have on their end now to try and make sure that they can maybe flip. I mean, ideally you get Gul'dan. That's the dream. If you get on DAB at any point, you can flip him into the team. It's more or less a guaranteed kill, at least until level 10 when he has his Aura fight. So right now, this is what they're going to be looking for. But leftovers have done a very solid job in this early stage of the game to play around that.
Yeah, and their wave clear continues to go up too. We have a better Barb's actually putting in line for a Anubarak at level 4. Been seeing the range lately for Anubarak, but here he's looking for a little bit more wave clear, but also to slow down that Garrosh when he goes for the retreat. Maybe force out an early Indomitable if he is to be a little bit too greedy with it. Nightcap comes in for leftovers. That'll be pushing in that middle lane while leftovers keep up with the wave clear, especially with that level 4 Hanzo talent come online, the explosive arrow.
It just shows from a player perspective that you're also trying to guard your backline a little bit more. The bed of barbs definitely helps with that. You talked about the control on Garrosh, and your idea is not so much of jumping back into that backline here that aggressively. You still have that as an aspect of your combo, but right now the first thing that we are seeing happening is leftovers starting to push with the camp and trying to use that spell aura to their advantage. They still have to be careful because of Junkrat, but now that he already used Grenade, they still are able to get their first turret and even putting pressure on the second one. So very well done from their part. Granit Gaming, they need to be careful here.
Granit needs to be careful, but at the same time, they have also dumped up a lot of gems, which means they can be a little bit more risky if they would like to try and find a pick. They only have to drop 9 more off and have 10 currently on top of their characters, while leftovers have not dropped anything off. Leftovers gets his top lane pushing in, someone will have to respawn there, but Granit Gaming is fishing. You see Nande trying to find a target.
Good damage again through the corruption stacks here. 13 on the level 1. DAB still getting the value and also dealing with the wave play on the gate itself. The level 7 talent coming into play in just a few seconds should really help them. but they haven't turned in any gems yet, and DAB is now trying to change that, but Memecraft already with the interrupt attempt misses out on the shurikens though, so at least Gul'dan got rid of the gems, and Boss is going to try to be second.
Trying to force this turn in means Granit Gaming has to respond, and they bring all 5 down, but
Raid Boss
is full face of corruption straight on top of Junkrat. That small health pool is something that you have to be aware about. If you get hit by Gul'dan, especially when he finishes that level 1 quest, you are going to fall.
And that's what we talked about earlier, that DAB is really making a lot of headway with this hero, and on this map in particular. He's sitting at 16 stacks already. We're just now 5 minutes in. That's pretty solid. A lot of Gul'dan players will complete that around level 16 when the Ruinous Affliction comes in. DAB usually a lot quicker than that, and right now he's already making very good work.
Mane is still the #1 Gul'dan player for finishing that corruption stacks. Gosh, that guy's been finishing even before 10 sometimes. It's insane to me. Shows the coordination between him and Breeze. DAB definitely delivering so far. We're gonna have this middle lane pushed in. At least a couple of gems were dropped off, but Granit Gaming successfully stopped leftovers from dropping off some of their gems at the bottom, but some went in the top. There's a total of 45 finally there.
Leftovers actually got the turn in the bot lane through URL, and that was a big one. So now, Flick Hitney linked. That's a Memecraft in the back. Both of them low, but it's Deckard Kane who dies first. Good job by Granit Gaming, getting first blood. And now trying, of course, to complete that turn-in.
Leo starting here with 15. Only 9 in. Turns around, drops a creepy hand. Ulf trying to chase down Urel. Memecraft already used his Swift Strike, so he can't go for the kill.
Gul'dan with the interrupt attempt again. So is Flick Hitney, but they let it through. Ulf is there, he gets the turn-in. And Leftovers moved away and just said, okay guys, let it happen. Let's work through that. And this is really where a lot of their wave clear now is going to come in pretty handy, especially around Gul'dan, who now has the option of just trying to burn the down as quickly as possible. Still locked into that one-on-one battle with Junkrat up to the top lane.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. I'm watching Junkrat here. I want to see if he's going to be able to position with the rest of Granit Gaming and try to find a pick. He'll have Nande, of course, at the placement too. But all it takes is one slight mistake, and Granit Gaming can have a kill and open up these walls. You see them stepping up in this top lane. Nande dealing with a Nubrak while Raid Boss focuses on wave clear.
I'm a little bit worried around level 10 that Granit Gaming is not going to get a lot of value out of the Entomb if you consider what we have on the other side of Leftovers. Since Anubura can move out of it, we can Deckard Kane, who has a lot of peel available for whoever who's going to be in there, the slow alone, the root. Then you have Urel who can jump in with a target and even a Horrify. So I'm really interested to see if that Entomb is going to find any value for the red team. That's currently my concern when I'm looking at that.
Yeah, it might be enough just to slow down Leftovers, get the Riptire to catch up with someone, but it might be a small margin. Again, that will be useful at level 22 when you find the silences, but I agree with you. Leftovers has a lot of ways to deal with that.
Yeah, the problem is, normally when you're having an Entomb, oftentimes the team stacks up to try and get the kill, and that's the perfect scenario for an Hanzo Arrow or even for Gul'dan with Horrify.
Yeah.
And at the same time, can you really get the kill? I mean, who are you going to kill? Urel has the Ardent Defender and can jump out. She can jump in, provide armor for whatever hero is hit by the Entomb. Then you have a Cocoon, you have a Stay a While Listen. So I'm not sure if they're really getting the value there. But maybe Ulf can find the backline somehow and isolate someone. Talking about isolation, Cocoon is out and here's the Entomb.
It was all just to buy some time though, so DAB can drop off and get it. Here comes the arrow, connects with 2, and 40 bullets in the back line. He's able to knock people around, but Linked having some trouble, and so is DAB as Ulf. Finds a kill, he swings at Mace, and he goes for Linked.
He goes for Linked and tries to get that second kill, and Link is low. Genji comes in and delivers the final blow as we have 2 on the Leftovers falling here. Granit Gaming in a great spot now to defend that Webweaver wave that was secured by the Leftovers before those 2 kills happened.
Now Granit Gaming just focus on wave clear. And immediately Leo goes straight to the bottom using that Neo Peasant, so he'll be able to clear that up. You have Memecraft and Wolfjo in the middle while Junkrat clears up top with Nande protecting him. Leftovers aren't going to get much out of this.
Yeah, Leftovers were a little bit too greedy in the last engage. I mean, the Entomb, to be fair, didn't really do anything. He caught Anubarak, but he immediately burrowed out and started to engage. The problem is, you had both of your frontliners engage deep onto the opponent's side of the map, and then Leoric and others could simply flank in from the side and had no one to peel for heroes like Gul'dan. That was a massive problem for DAB to stay alive there. So a bit too aggressive from the Leftovers, especially since they didn't get the kill.
Yeah.
If they can get that kill, it's a different story. But with them not securing a kill and losing one of their own, it was just a downward spiral from there, and Granit Gaming played that perfectly afterwards.
It just seemed like a miscommunication, which is something that we don't see from Leftovers so much. You had Ponyboss and Mopsio sipping up on the right side while DAB went for the turn-in. So Link had to go completely out of position just to make sure to follow up with a stay a while. Listen, Granit Gaming able to split them up and see if they can keep doing that, or if Leftovers will make sure to clear up their comps. Mopsio on the other side goes over, trying to drop off 35 of these gems. They do have enough for a turn-in, but Granit Gaming, those nades, keep slowing any attempt.
The Leftovers, of course, are on a timer here. Half a level, I think Granit Gaming hits the 13, and that would be a huge spike for them. So Leftovers definitely find themselves behind. And it could be worse if Granit Gaming gets that turn and can push with the talent advantage. So the best situation for the Leftovers would be a fight now where they can get a kill or two.
They have that web just waiting on it here. Euro will have our Ardent Defender in 5, so they'll be ready and prepped to move in. Taunt comes out from Garrosh and doesn't fully connect. The Unstoppable from Mopsio allows for him to escape. So one heroic down.
One heroic down, but it seems like Leftovers are going to retreat. They don't want to fight against the 13. They're playing this quite safe. They're probably going to attempt to interrupt and clear waves in the meantime. They have the power to do that, but it's still a tricky situation for them to be in. Mopsio with the engage attempt. Arrow against 2. Mopsio didn't have the burrow charge anymore. He just used it, so there was no follow-up. The arrow was great, but he couldn't re-engage.
Ponyboss able to drop those gems. 53 out of the 55 for the Leftovers, looking for their second turn-in of the game. First one didn't get much, and Ulf is able to drop off his gems while he tried to. The Leftovers interrupt him with their own turn-in. Second attempt to push coming in from the Leftovers, and we'll see if they're able to get anything out of this.
For Ulf, this is a great situation to be in right now. They are going to play in the Crucible. Basically, nearly all of their players already were in the Crucible at one point or another, or played in a very similar competitive setup. So experience is what a lot of this is about. When you are heading into the Crucible, into this best of 7, nerves are oftentimes an issue. So for him to be able to just before the Crucible play a little bit again, it's great. Hanzo is down now as we have the Leftovers falling victim again to the aggression of Granit Gaming. Riptire comes out, puts the damage on, and Granit moves back, can now defend against the Web Weavers here, again finding the kill at the perfect moment in time.
The strength of CC against natural agility. If you are not quick to pull that, then you get interrupted. The transit, you will not have the ability to have it reset on you. And that happened to Hanzo. He gets picked up. Granit Gaming just set up for defense in the bottom lane too, so a good point of a kill for them. But they have not lost any forts either. And guess what? They still have a turn available too that Leftovers have to worry about.
Once again, Mopsio trying to move away here. Memecraft with a follow-up. The drain is in, but they got Kane zoning for them already as is, and Ponyboss also securing the retreat now. Also, level 13. Interesting choice here. Heart and Bones actually taken for Leoric, so not going into the ominous raid. Instead, we're actually seeing Heart and Bones, so speccing a lot more into Drain Hope. Now, normally we're seeing on level 7, of course, the Drain Momentum or Hopelessness, those are the two that we occasionally see here. In this case, it's actually Drain Momentum that has been taken, so it's all about the movement speed at this point on Ulf, and now with the Heart and Bones, a much more, I want to say, aggressive version of Leoric. Oftentimes Leoric is now in these days basically that bot that is trying to reduce the damage output of the opponent's team. In this case, we have a slight variation of Ulf as he's heading into this game.
More durable version too. This is one of those builds, actually, if you get forced into a spot where you have to play solo tank Leoric, which is a situation you don't want to be in, going into these talents actually can help you stay alive a little bit longer. So interesting to see that coming in from him. It will allow for himself to attach to a target and stick with them and eat some of the damage coming the way. If you can land that Drain Hope, you're good, but that's the issue. Can you land the Drain Hope every single time?
Yes, solo tank Leoric.
It's hard, but I've done it.
The dream.
Dude, against the Diablo, I had to do that once, and I went this build, and it actually went all right. It was pretty crazy.
Now, the thing is, like, Unyielding Despair as a level 13 talent is also an interesting one with the cooldown reduction. You see that a bit more, but if it really becomes about survivability, then Heart and Bones are the choice. But that makes me very curious what the 16 is going to be. If he still goes into the Crushing Hole, which would make a lot of sense here. I mean, first we're going to answer that question. We have the Horrify and the kill against a Nubarak. The Horrify not doing enough here. The second kill about to come out as Link is finding himself in a hopeless spot. that is just a disaster for the leftovers. DAB is finishing his quest, but they have not found a single kill in this entire game yet.
Granit Gaming is such a wild card for me. Sometimes I watch them and I feel like they're struggling, and other times they're able to just deliver. And this time they're finding a couple of kills. But part of the reason why they found a kill there was a Nubrak was up by the forge, but he had an Alperian come in, Wolf go and land that Twilight Dream right when he wanted to burrow out from the fight. Meaning, of course, like the silence got completely destroyed, and of course, that followed up into a pickoff off of Link. Granit Gaming with their turn-in now open up the map. Fort in the middle, second fort in the bottom falls, and they have room here to take out this keep wall and maybe grab the top fort too.
And we've indeed seen now in 16 the Crushing Hope taken by Leorix, so all about getting that extra damage, the 15% damage again if you get the full duration out. So really interesting build that we're having for Alpia, and so far it's successful. They're going for that backline again and they take down Gul'dan, and they're not going to stop there. Trying to find another kill as we have Mopsio stunned out, and the leftovers are more and more on the back foot here as Granit Gaming is just showing no mercy in game number 2.
I mean, you mentioned it. If Garrosh ever gets flipped, he is just done for. You can't get the Horrify on time, and he just pops like a balloon. Mopsio is able to burrow charge away thanks to Link for the stay on while listen, but Granit Gaming, they're not done. Big wave in the bottom lane of minions. They push in and start to get this keep low on health. Mopsio is trying to control it, but with no wave on that front line, Black Kidney is desperately trying to get rid of these minions.
Yeah, if that second keep falls too, that would be an absolute disaster. Leftovers is trying to prevent that, as we see right now. But here comes the Reptile. Damage is in, and they're still poking. Granit Gaming is looking to get the key, but it's unlikely that they're actually going to make that happen. Polyforce might be low, but he can still push the back here. And Granit Gaming has to retreat, not taking a single key with this attack.
Mopsio has a cocoon right now. It just came up. If he has that burrow charge available and he can start to dive on in with that epicenter and hit a couple of targets, he'll be able to follow it up straight into the web and force the engage. And afterwards, he can just fall up into the Horrify. But Raid Boss able to escape thanks to that Ripper Air at level 13. He gets that cooldown reduction and boops away from the fight. Leftovers, but still having 56 gems, at least chase away Granit Gaming. But look at that keep in the bottom left. It is a hair from falling.
It definitely is. So much that I would actually argue you could have made an argument for keeping maybe Junkrat around, let him die, and take the keep down. But they decided against that. They can take it later. Olf also with a really nice Entomb here, just cutting down, helping with the retreat of the rest of the team here. Just throwing that down. Cooldown is low enough to make that work here.
Lane game strength coming online for Gul'dan though, as he moves into the Renault's Affliction, the Corruption, already finished up that level 1 talent that we've been seeing. So Leftovers get enough gems for a turn-in, and they get it.
I'm really liking the way that Olf is playing this. He actually has taken more damage in this game than Garrosh, doing really well here. Stairwire Listen comes out, even the Indomitable being used by Nandas, they're moving back. But the Blue Web Weavers are going to come down next, so Leftovers, they get the turn-in. And this is the fight on 16 talents where they can maybe get a bit of momentum going for themselves. Now they're 2 levels behind, but they haven't taken a fort yet, and this is a really good position for them to be in order to take at least 2 forts, maybe more. But I am loving the Genji move here that we just saw from Granit. Taking the keep down just as a perfect moment in time, and now making sure that they're not losing out on anything else. They give up 2 of the forts, they know they can't defend them anyways. It's all about defending the keeps.
Yep, and when the next minion wave spawns at 1736, it'll have catapults coming in too, so that bottom lane suddenly becomes a deal that Leftovers have to deal with. Do have a Mopsio getting swapped to the back, but he is able to burrow charge away. The Twilight Dream burned for nothing. Leftovers can now step up, and as long as they play around Garrosh, never mind, just put a web on him. They're able to take out this keep.
Yeah, Arrow did not connect here. They're trying to go for the keep. Garrosh is coming back. The keep is incredibly low, and that should be 1 eliminated in the mid wave. Really important for Leftovers to make that happen. But the 20 talents are in, and Olf is already getting thrown forward, buried alive, and that's a game changer. Here comes the Stay a While and Listen with an attempt to save them, but DAB is already down as London moved in with a taunt. The second kill secured as Deckard Kane falls.
Mopsio has to get out. There's a burrow charge. Granit Gaming, do they have a composition that goes 3 for 4? It's looking like a no, but if they can find a kill on Polyboss, they can at least stagger those deaths. Think about a boss play. There it is. A total of 3 have fallen. It's Hanzo and a Nubrak left here for the Leftovers, and it will be 35 seconds before we have Gul'dan back and Kane.
Beautiful Entomb. Perfect. Nanda throws him in, and you might, I mean, I talked about Entomb earlier and said, okay, that's a bit of a, it can be questionable how much value you get out of it. That all changes once you have 20. The Buried Alive is a massive, massive game changer in the setup, and he gets a perfect one off against 2 heroes, silences them as well, and that is just a bit the beginning of the end here. The Storm talents for Granit Gaming is there, starting to move towards the core. We still have a couple of seconds left. Orb is actually tanking a lot of the damage here. But Leftovers is going to have Gul'dan back, and they have Horrify. I'm not quite sure that Granit Gaming can really pull that off.
Still posturing here, makes Leftovers peel down the bottom. Ooh, hang on. And Tomb comes out, it sounds to the Nubrak, and he has no chance.
Yeah.
Flung across the map. Gul'dan's here. And Leftover is going to pray for defense.
At that point, you didn't have Urel. She couldn't jump in. She couldn't help out. There was just no follow-up. And there's Deck and Kane gone again. Great kills by Leftovers. Was questioning if they could end, but with that Entomb coming through again and they following up with an immediate kill, there is absolutely no doubt that with the Web Weavers, they can now try and make that play. Gul'dan goes down too. Leftovers doing whatever they can, but they did not even get a single kill in this game. 13 kills to 0 as Granit Gaming is going for the core.
Total of 4, and only Urel stands here with Web Weaver waves pushing in. It's only a matter of time for Granit Gaming to start striking this core, and that time has come as they jump straight on top of it and start to clear it up. No one here for about 15 seconds, so the new wreck will be the next to spawn, and Granit Gaming, with 14 kills to 0, are able to tie up the series 1-1.
Extremely well done here by Granit. Great coordination, great fights, and the combo that we saw on the side of Leftovers, I was actually surprised how little value they got out of the engages with the Nubarak and Urel setup that they were trying to go for here. Nanda created a couple of great opportunities, good kills, and especially the timing of the kills was perfect. Every single time there's a Web Weaver wave coming down from Leftovers, there's a kill or two that happen. That's an easy defense. They didn't lose any forts up to the last moments in the game, so very well done by Granit.